Hello, my name is Raymond Karczewski. This is coming to you from my home here in Cave Junction, Oregon. The subject for tonight is render to God the things that are God's, and render to hell the things that are hell's. Few, if any, understand my simple message. Let me ask you, what's not to understand about the statement, do no harm, and reserve your God-given, unalienable right to life via the right to self-defense? Please follow me, as it can't get any simpler than this. Do not harm another. Do not harm another's property. Never tell another lie for the rest of your life. Then sit back and watch what happens to you in your relationships, to the world you now live in. That is the simplicity that has always been my message, the essence of Christhood. That has always been available to each and every one of you, and all who have ever been born into this world. But how many of you have actually been able to access it, to live it, or to share it? When you live in that holistic, holy, resonant state of truth, what is your relationship to the civilized world that most people, most men and women live in? You become an outsider, don't you? You find yourself living in a world of imposed satanic illusions, but you are not of it. Who is there to actually understand you, and not merely believe you? You see, belief is a lazy man's truth. It is satanically induced, a hypnotic spell which imprisons blind believers, most of whom from cradle to grave. They live a life sentence imprisoned by their own satanically ruled intellect, and when death comes, never understand what their purpose of life has been. What happens in a relationships of one who is living truth in a world of satanic illusion? It causes instant shock to the status quo, does it not? Unaware and graven image illusion worshipping blind believers who have been satanically entranced via a lifetime of remote institutional campaigns of conditioning are exposed to their own fragmented, unholy, opposing, and confused state of consciousness, which they believe that is all there is. Hell, isn't it? Truth is whole, holistic, holy. It is what is, timeless and unbounded. The illusion of truth is the only realm accessible to civilized men and women. It is the intellectual realm based in duality and opposition, a time-bound and memory-based realm of consciousness. One has to be trained to live that way. It is not a natural way which comes easily to any boy, girl, child, man, or woman. Please pay attention to the following statement, for it is one of the most important truths that you shall hear in this lifetime. Each of you were born into this world are sons and daughters of infinite intelligence, and are thus equipped with divine awareness, which is the non-dualistic intelligence that one calls God. Some have called it the subconscious mind, which is beyond boundaries, timeless, and holistic in nature. When manifested in action, such undivided essence is called truth. When one lives in such non-dualistic state of truth, one is at one with God. Did not another Christ say some 2,000 years ago that he was life, truth, and the way? Many heard it. Few understood it. Most of you, hell, damn near all of you, have been compromised through satanic conditioning to set aside such holistic state of consciousness in favor of the satanically seductive, worldly perks offered to you through intellectual conditioning. While on earth, can one, including a Christ, the simple man or woman of truth, live solely at the plane of Christ consciousness without ever venturing off into the intellectual realm, the realm which is fragmented, dualistic, and opposing in nature, ruled by the petty god of intellect, Satan? The fact is, this earth is a spiritual training ground for all who have spiritually fallen to the hell-bound realm of intellect. The intellect is absolutely necessary for one to engage in communication with others through utilizing signs, images, concepts, and specifically for technical problem solving. The world of truth is the living truth, the living world. The world of intellection is the world of the living dead. Why? Because all after-moment-based images, thoughts, and concepts are graven images, merely reflections of the living, timeless, fleeting moment of truth. Even though what I have stated is of the utmost simplicity, few amongst you will get it, as you will have judged that I have just talked down to you, and will resent me for it. Look carefully to see where the judgment is coming from, and who is judging who. The world is currently on a path of self-destruction, led on by the New World Order, seeking to consolidate its satanic power over the whole world. In truth, such illusions have no such power. Satan operates by invitation only. Each of you must invite Satan into your hearts and minds, and you do it by your consent to an unholy satanic contract. Boycott, boycott, boycott. Remove your consent and support, and the satanic machinery grinds to a halt. If satanic minions come at you with guns drawn, you have the God-given right to exercise self-defense and the defense of another. Use it. In other words, do no harm, but arm yourselves and determine to live. For those of you who have been touched by the enormity of such simple truth that has eluded you for a lifetime, you may find more at my website, arkenterprises.com, and the list of my YouTube offerings found on that page. What you do with it is entirely up to you.